Hi, I'm Ben Murdoch, the Songwriter Coach. So what do you do when you don't want to write lyrics from the heart? You don't want to write about your own experiences, perhaps because they're too personal, or you just want to keep things private, things to yourself, certain things that is. Can you still write great lyrics when it's not your real life stuff? Well, the answer is yes, absolutely. And this video is all about just that. Don't forget to like this video, if you like it that is, and also click to subscribe down in the bottom below and click on the bell to be notified for when I release new videos. Okay, so if you find you need inspiration for your lyrics outside of your own experience for whatever reason, then what do you do? Is it possible? Where do you go? You may be thinking, but aren't most songs written from the heart? Aren't they autobiographical? Well, no, loads aren't, just like any creative process. Let's look at film for a moment. There are movies based on real stories, and then there's fiction. It's impossible to think that the writers of the Saw horror films based their stories on personal experience, or, of course, that J.K. Rowling was schooled at Hogwarts. These films and books are just made up stories, but they caught the imagination of the public and were really super successful because their writers were inspired to write those stories, and of course they wrote them well. Now those stories may be really high fiction, but stories as believable as When Harry Met Sally, Bridget Jones, The Holiday, or even the series Friends are all works of fiction, but we believe the characters and their stories. So if it's okay for novelists and film and TV writers, isn't it okay for us as lyricists? Yes. So how do we go about making our lyrics a masterpiece work of fiction then? Well, any work of fiction requires inspiration, and the good news is you don't need to wait for that bolt of lightning type of inspiration to hit. You can actively seek it out. You know better than anyone what inspires you, and when you find it and write about it, the result, in this case the lyric, will catch the imagination of others, just like those books and films do. And here are two main ways to find that inspiration outside of your own experience. One, you can use other art forms for inspiration. And two, use other people's real life stuff. Steal their stories. So let's look at both of these in turn. So firstly, let's look at the other art forms that you can use to inspire you. You could use a movie, a book, or a poem which has inspired you in the past. So what happened? What's the story? How did it make you feel when you read it or watched it? Who were the characters and why did you care about them? How can you adapt it to make it a great song? Maybe you'll pick one scene and how one scene played out for one character because that's the part of the film or the book that you love more than any other part, and it's rich in content or emotion. It's up to you. The other group of art forms to consider are photos and paintings. Pick a photo or a painting and write down what you see. Now, using your imagination, leap into that picture as if you're in the Mary Poppins films. What might you hear? What's the story? Bring the piece to life by writing down the sounds and smells in the air. Who are the characters? What's happening to them and why is that important? Make a story around what you see. The technical term for this is intertextuality. It's using one art form to create another. The second main way to get inspired is to use other people's real life stuff to inspire you. This is where you write vicariously. In other words, you're using other people's experiences. It might be a conversation or a story that you heard. Have you ever overheard a great story? Maybe you're at a cafe and the person on the table behind you is regaling her friends about how she just found out that her husband's best friend, you know, the one that's always hated her, is really in love with her. And that's why he's acted so weird this whole time. Well, now I'm sort of listening to their story. Not only that, but last night he turned up at the door and made a full confession of his love using written cards. A really grand gesture. Yes, inspiration is all around. So finally, just use what you see going on around you. So as well as keeping your ears open for conversations, keep your eyes open too. Things are happening all the time. There's funny things going on which inspire a humorous story, but there's also very human and tender things which can happen, which could always inspire a love song perhaps. I hope that this helps any of you songwriters who are struggling with writing from your own experience and from your own heart and finding inspiration in other places now. Please, 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 if you've liked this video, then click like and don't forget to subscribe and click the notification bell to be notified when I release new videos. I'd also love to hear from you, so please leave any comments in the comments section below. And thanks for watching, and I'll see you all soon.